Hello my friends and welcome back to JP Gaming. We are back again with another review of an Attack on Titan game. This time it's for Attack on Titan 2, the final battle. So Attack on Titan 2 final battle is basically just Attack on Titan 2 with all of the DLC. So before we jump into the review, if you haven't already, please go check out my review of Attack on Titan Freedom Wings, which was the first Attack on Titan game released on the PS4. And now that's out of the way, let's jump into this review. Attack on Titan 2 Final Battle is the follow-up to Attack on Titan Freedom Wings. It was released on PS4 and Xbox One, and like the original, it's another Koei Tecmo game, very much in the style of Dynasty Warriors. Much of Attack on Titan 2 follows the same format as Attack on Titan Freedom Wings, but except the most notable difference in this game is that you play as your own user-created character. Playing through seasons 1 and 2, you see an alternative viewpoint, whereas in the first game you played as the characters from the anime. In this you play as a user-created character, and you pretty much just follow the story as you would in the anime, as you did in the original game, but this time it's just from a bit of a different viewpoint. The main mechanics and the main loop of the game are very similar to the original. The general loop of the game is that you start in a hub area, you go around, you speak to some NPCs, you pick up some backstory, you pick up some lore. You can also upgrade your weapons and gear and sell unneeded items. Once you're ready to proceed with the story, it generally goes into a cutscene, again outlaying some of the main story beats from the anime. You then go into a field of battle, and it generally consists of either escorting people, fighting Titans along the way, or just clearing out the map of all the Titans that are there. Once you've done this, most missions generally end with a large Titan fight. Once you've done that, that's the end of the mission, and then you move on to the next one. So it's all very similar. The combat mechanics are pretty much the same, although they did change some of the ODM gear. The way that you fly around, the mechanics are slightly different. The buttons are slightly different, and it did take a bit of getting used to, but overall I think Attack on Titan Final Battle, it generally handles a little bit better once you've got through that initial learning stage. The combat's very sleek, it's very smooth, and once you've got used to it and once you've mastered it, you will be flying about like you're a pro, like you really are in the scouts, and you'll just be slaying Titans. Again, that's pretty similar to the first game. There was a bit of a learning curve, and then you end up feeling really cool and really powerful. So all of that is really similar to the first game, but don't let that put you off, because there are some changes. So the main changes, like I said, is that you play as your own created character. Now the benefit of this is that you follow that character throughout the entire story. You are just upgrading one character, one set of gear, and you're generally just getting used to one style of play. As much as I love playing as all my favourite characters, I think overall I did prefer playing as just the one character throughout. You feel a bit more of a connection. The other main difference in the hub area is the inclusion of friendship meters. So you go around, you can talk to characters, and you get a set of answers. Depending on what answer you get would increase or decrease your friendship level. You can also give gifts. It's very similar to something like Fire Emblem. And as you upgrade your relationship with said characters, you unlock special abilities that you can assign. So for instance, as you upgrade, say, Eren to level 1, you may get health plus 5. There's quite a few available, and the higher your friendship, the better the reward. So you are encouraged to develop your relationships and play that part of the game. I did a bit of it. I upgraded the main characters to the friendship that I wanted to be. I got the most perks that I needed, but overall I didn't find the game particularly challenging, so I didn't really feel the need to delve into this too much. As I mentioned earlier, the base game follows through seasons 1 and 2. It follows all the main story points of the anime, and if you're a fan of the anime, you're absolutely going to love this. Now where the final battle comes in is that was the DLC. Now this is follows season 3, but with this there is no user created character. It goes back to playing as various characters throughout the game. These are split up into little segments, so you generally get a cutscene, then you go out, you do a battle, and you're playing as a different character with different equipment. Now myself, I personally did really enjoy the DLC, but it is more of the same, and I would only recommend picking this up if you're a big fan of the show. I was excited to see how they retail season 3, and I'm sure anyone buying this is obviously probably going to feel the same, so maybe that is the way to go. Now the only complaint I would have is during the DLC, a number of occasions, and I'm not sure if this is just inclusive to the DLC or not, but I only noticed it in the DLC. On a number of occasions I did notice some glitches. So there's various missions where you have to escort people to certain points on the map, killing Titans along the way. Now what was happening was the NPCs were getting locked on, say, bridges or walls or other characters, and they were just unable to move, and the only way you could rectify that would be to restart the mission and play through the whole thing again and hope that it doesn't happen. And on a couple of occasions I restarted the missions and it glitched in exactly the same point, and this happened a few times and it was a little bit frustrating by the end. But thankfully this was towards the end of the DLC, so it didn't ruin my experience too much. So overall, I would say if you've played Attack on Titan Freedom Wings and you're a fan of that, then definitely go pick up Attack on Titan 2, because as a complete package it is the better game. Also, if you're a big fan of the anime and you love Attack on Titan like I do, then I think you should play this game as well. The gameplay may not be for everyone, but as I said, if you're a fan of the anime, you're going to love just replaying through it and just experience all those really cool story moments again. Both of these games are highly recommended by me, and Attack on Titan 2 Final Battle gets a JP Gaming score of 8 out of 10. So that was it for this video, and that was it for that review. As I said, please go check out the review of Attack on Titan Freedom Wings if you haven't already. Please, if you like what you see, leave a comment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe and ring the bell. I know it's annoying, but it really does help, and it's important to helping my channel grow. So that's it, and until next time, stay safe, play video games and have fun. This was JP Gaming, and we are out.